Veteran flagger Don Horvath throws the double greens, and we are underway. And immediately at the drop of the green flag, they're side by side. Everybody gets through the first and second turn, no problem. It's going to be Ricky leading the charge. Boy, he would love to win here tonight in front of the hometown crowd. And so would Cantara in car number 81. Cantara drops in behind Ricky. He's in the second spot. Then we've got the 17 car, Lashawa. And he's getting pressure on the outside from Sammy Ramo. Ramo, third place finish last week at Waterford, Connecticut. Really opened eyes down at that big 3/8 mile speedway on the Connecticut shoreline, as Ramo is going to try the outside up high going into turn number 3. And running in that number 5 position, Nocella in the number 92. Nocella has really turned into a race driver that knows how to protect the tires. He will not use those tires up early on. So now your leaders are going to be 1-2 off the fourth corner. Ramo's going to go to the outside of Lashawa down the front straightaway. And Sammy, the Westminster, Massachusetts youngster, is going to roll by the 17 off 2 and move into the third position. Now Cantara is going to take the top spot. Here's Josh Cantara taking over the lead. Chris Bolton, car 63, the apex of the first and second corners, pulling down the first caution flag of the event. Green flag is back in the air. Drag race between those two main competitors into turn number 1. Cantara's on the low side. Look at that, number 20. Ricky dives down to the offside, and a good run off number 2. Shoots to the bottom, and he's going to wrestle the lead away. That's going to be the experience right there. Ricky knows his way. He's competed in Pro All-Star Series competition here many times over the years. Ramo's running in third. Now you've got Willis Jr. to the inside, right up behind Nocella as they pound the pavement off the turn. Up top, it's Lashawa. Right behind is Matt Mead, and Jeffrey Gallup, second in the point standings, is right there over the right rear of the number 77 car. And coming up to get a sniff of that action is car number 16, Colby Fournier. Now the leaders continue to dice at the front of the pack. Here is Cantara as they continue to swap the lead here. Cantara and Ricky hammering it out here in the early going of the Beech Ridge 75. Scan back behind the number 83, and you've got 2. Ramo's getting pressure on the outside as Anthony Nocella's turned up the wick, and he is racing strong and hard on the outside of Ramo. Willis side by side racing out of the turn. Jeffrey Gallup's right there in that bright red number 4. Looks like the flying fire engine. Out of the turn they come. Side by side action continues. Derek, newcomer to the series, car number 27, came to a stop on the apron of turn number 2. Green flag back on the speedway. Who's going to win the drag race? It'll be car number 20 on the outside, Tony Ricky. Ricky's got the top spot out of the second turn, down the back straightaway. Here comes Ramo. Ramo and Willis. Ramo and Willis all over Anthony Nocella. They fall into freight train, nose to tail, down the straightaway. But we seem to be in good shape here. Now Nocella's going to go to the inside of Cantara. Here comes Anthony Nocella. And Nocella has the air gas, Nocella paving car, into the number 2 position. And Shaw's going to follow. Shaw's to the inside, and they head down the back straightaway. Gets by Cantara and moves to third. What an impressive run by Andy Shaw. We've got 2 cars together. It looks like Cantara, and it looks like the number 55, Ryan Doucette, up against the tires out here on the front. To bring them to green, and there it is. Back to racing we go. Sammy Ramo was high and wide out here on the front straightaway. Look at Troy Talman. Talman very smartly let everybody race hard. Here comes Nocella for the lead. And we've got Anthony Nocella sitting over the coming across the stripe, completing lap number 48 and taking the top spot. Down the back straightaway, Willis holds on solidly in the third position. Troy Talbot, the winner at Lee USA Speedway in July. Nocella starts to open up some real estate. Here's Talbot to the inside of Willis. Troy Talbot side by side with Mike Willis Jr. And the Oxford, Massachusetts driver goes to third in the black number 3. George Sherman on the apron of turn number 1. Green flag is back in the air, and wow, Nocella on the hammer down the front straightaway. The battles for second. Talman goes inside Ricky, and Troy Talman's going to go to the number 2 position. Does he have what it takes to catch the 92 car with 5 to go? There's your top 5 right there. Nocella, Talbot, Ricky, Willis, and Shaw. Shaw, wow, to the inside, what a move. He just put on Willis Jr. to go to 4th. I think Andy Shaw is trying to get a, wow, he's loose going in. He's trying to get a podium out of this deal. Nocella looks to have him covered. Down the straightaway they come. Getting closer and closer to the checkered flags presented by New England Race Fuels. And Sunoco Racing Fuel, the official fuel of the series. Now 2 laps to go. Nocella's last win, June 24th. Waterford Speed Bowl. It's been a while. Here's the white flag. And car number 92 has paved the way to a win here, holding it together as he's just pulled away from everybody and is on his way to victory lane here. Win number 4 for Nocella as the checkered flag flies. Second will go to Talman, a great run. Ricky goes third, Shaw 4th.
The last couple of years, I guess this is the 3rd in a row up here, and I don't know, I kind of took a liking to the track, and the car's always good here, kind of come back with close to the same setup, and had a pretty good car all day, and just kind of, this place you kind of got to pace yourself somewhat, even though it was a little shorter distance, but still got to pace yourself some, and we wanted to stay up towards the front and just let the leaders use it up a little bit, and figured that second to last restart was time to go, and we try to take off and get a little gap and just kind of keep the car straight. And got to thank Tony for running me clean when I was on the outside of him there on that restart for the lead. And you know, he easily could have slid up into me or whatever, but kept it clean. And got to thank all the guys for working hard on the car, and my father and my uncle for supporting us, and also Air Gas for giving us some support this year. It definitely helps out. And Eddie Flumpke for an awesome car. The thing's been awesome since we've got it, and just all year been